Hi, everybody. So to kick off the show today, I am so excited to welcome my good friend, Dr. Derek Lee from Better Health Providers. Thank you for coming in today, Dr. Lee.
Oh, glad to be here, actually.
We haven't seen you in a couple years. You've been on to talk about other health issues,
Yes.
but today we're doing something different and moving into the cosmetic world and talking about acupuncture and how you can actually use acupuncture for cosmetic reasons.
Absolutely. I started getting into the cosmetic acupuncture a few years ago, and I just found that the techniques of that time were a little bit mixed results. But since I started using this particular technique, the results have been phenomenal.
Really? Okay, so people are doing this on the face. You have clients
Yes.
coming in, you know, they have fine lines or wrinkles that they want to get rid of
Absolutely.
or improve. How does acupuncture do that?
Good question.
Yeah.
But basically, the methodology is so logical and it makes sense.
Okay.
Actually, the simplest technique is the best technique because it's easily repeatable. But the idea is that if we have a deep wrinkle, what we do is we insert a very, very fine needle into the deepest part of it. It stimulates, well, it produces trauma, stimulates blood flow, increases collagen and elastin, and literally new skin fills the wrinkle from the bottom to the top.
No kidding.
So as the treatments go along, the wrinkle actually becomes shallower and shallower until it's flush. It's phenomenal.
It's so your body is making more skin.
Yes.
Look, that's the collagen that we actually lose when we get older, right?
Exactly, and it
Okay.
lasts a long time as opposed to, more temporary techniques right now.
Okay, we actually have some before and after pictures to show you some of the most common areas that people are treating and some of the results that you can expect to see. This patient had that, it was like the 11s,
right.
So what was that? What did you do here?
Well, basically, just at the before shot, this was my first experiment because
Yeah.
I wanted to see if it actually worked.
Yeah.
And it's a shallow 11, so we started just inserting needles, which the center picture will show you.
Wow.
Then the after, and because it was such a shallow wrinkle, it only took about 3 treatments for that.
That is an amazing result. And then the next picture, I believe, is
And
oh,
more,
another, okay.
Yeah, more 11s, much more deeper this
deeper.
time, all right. And you can see how it actually falls in
Yeah.
to the wrinkle.
That looks
And
amazing.
a lot of people who frown will have this quite a bit, and oftentimes they say, you look severe because you're frowning all
look
the time.
angry.
Exactly.
And then let's take a look at the next picture. This one is quite common, right? Beside the
Yes.
the mouth area from
Exactly.
smiling. Okay.
And what we actually see is that individuals who sleep one side more than the other,
Yeah.
this particular wrinkle will be worse on the side they sleep on. But as you can see over time, and this took about 10 to 12 visits going
Yeah.
from left to right, and you can see it's almost disappeared.
That's great. We have a lovely model here today, and she has been seeing you for cosmetic acupuncture in that same area.
Correct.
Let's take a look and see what the whole procedure is like.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So this is Wei.
Thank you, Wei, for coming.
And Wei hates needles, even though
does?
even though she's a martial arts champion, and she actually does stunt work for television, right?
No kidding.
So she knows her way around with a sword, but she just hates needles.
But from what I understand and what you've told me is the
Yes.
needles are so fine,
Yes.
even more fine than an traditional acupuncture needle.
Yes, the traditional acupuncture needles can be thick and long, as you can see in movies and et cetera, right?
Yeah.
But these are very, very fine. I can only actually manipulate a needle or even grasp it with a tweezers. They're so fine.
Tweezer.
So if we can
Okay.
probably zoom in a little
Yeah,
bit.
we're going to get a really close shot of Wei's face.
Okay, so that's the size of the needle. So it's extremely tiny.
It is tiny. I can barely see it. Wow. Okay.
So what we usually do, just to accentuate the wrinkles, we push up, and then the wrinkle usually comes up a little bit more. So we're going to go right into that area, and that's it.
And that's it. The first one is in. Now, how many needles do you have to do across an area? Is it across the whole
Yes.
line?
So, for instance, if it's a forehead wrinkle, we do consecutive needles, almost like stitches, from just to span the full length of it. For Wei here, since there's only a little bit in this area, we'd only perhaps put 3 or 4
Okay.
or 5.
Let's see another. Can we see another
Sure,
one? Okay.
absolutely.
Because you have to put them pretty close together.
Yes, you do.
This is
What happens
fine
as well?
art, Dr. Lee.
Yes, I should have brought my reading glasses.
Wow.
But typically, I put them a little bit more on an angle
Yeah.
because when you put it on an angle, you get more of the wrinkle. If you put it in perpendicular, then that's not the best technique.
Okay. How long does a treatment last, and how long do you have to do before you see results?
Treatment lasts about 30 minutes. It takes me about 10 minutes to put all the needles in.
Okay.
And usually, for a typical treatment, I put in about 30 needles.
Yeah.
And they need to stay for about 20 minutes. Most people will see changes at least within about 5 visits. And
Right.
a typical treatment plan is about 10 visits.
And this is definitely a more natural way
For sure.
to take charge of your anti-aging
I was actually surprised how popular it's become. Some people, especially women, have a little more concerns about Botox or fillers.
Yeah.
And they've always been interested in some kind of methodology, and this is much more natural for them,
There you
natural
go.
option.
If people would like to book an appointment, you can go to drdereklee.com,
That's
which
right.
is your website, and you can book an appointment. Where are you located, Dr. Lee?
We're located right now in Markham, in Unionville, but we do have clinics at Rogers facilities as well.
Yes, you are our fabulous doctor, and we thank you so much for that. We will be right back with more on Daytime.